Wartet jetzt bei der WM im vergangenen Jahr 2017 mit dabei im legendären Alexandra Palace. Hat vor 2 Jahren auch ein Viertelfinale auf der European Tour erreicht in Riesa. Und da will er natürlich auch an diesem Wochenende hin. Auch für ihn heißt es Daumen drücken, herzlich willkommen, Brazzo, Dragutin, Horvat! Dragutin Horvat nimmt es auf mit dem jüngsten Weltmeister in der Geschichte der Sportart Darts. 2006 gewann er im Alter von 21 Jahren und 90 Tagen die BDO-WM, damals im Finale gegen Landsmann Raymond von Barneveld. Aktuell ist er die Nummer 20 der PDC aus den Niederlanden, The Cobra, Jelle Klaasen!
Well, another home nation qualifier on the stage. Dragutin Horvat looking to follow in the footsteps of Mike Langendorf, Martin Schindler and Robert Marjanovic this afternoon. It didn't go too well for Rennie Idams, losing out to Robert Thornton. But Horvat up against Jelle Klaasen, who's already done the first part of his task, his mission this week, which was to qualify for this tournament and keep alive his hopes of a place in the World Matchplay and win here. And he makes it much more comfortable, becomes less vulnerable than some of the other players in contention. So this is a huge match in the race for the World Match Play, and it is the 4th match in the evening session of the European Darts Match Play. It's Jelle Klaasen of the Netherlands against Germany's even Dragutin Horvat, and Paul Nicholson joins me, Chris Murphy, to talk you through it.
I get the feeling this game could be quite swift. I've watched Dragutin Horvat play over the last few years, and he's not slow.
Well, it was quite swift last time out of the German Darts Masters, but that's because he lost 6-1 to Peter Wright.
Speaking of swift, it's a very, very quick 140 to start the match. And Klaasen has obviously got things on his mind, trying to solidify his place at Blackpool at the expense of other players.
It would be Jeffrey Disvan who would become the most vulnerable from that specific criteria. For those of you who kind of don't understand why there's the mix-up, obviously Alan Norris is vulnerable on the main order of merit. There are 2 orders of merit. In terms of qualifying for the match play, that is, there's also the European order of merit, which is used entirely for qualification for the European Championship at the end of the year. But the top 16 from the main order of merit and the top 16 from the Pro Tour order of merit, obviously once the main order of merit players have been removed, qualify for the World Match Play. That makes up the 32-man field, and Klaasen is quite low down, and there are reasons for that. The Pro Tour Order of Merit is a rolling 1-year Order of Merit. Now, just take the European Tour alone. Jelle Klaasen last year made the quarterfinals 8 times. 5 of those became semi-finals. 1 became a final. This year, he's reached the last 16 once. But Klaasen a flying start here.
3 bits of green, and all the right bits as well. He's always gone that way, Jelle, for 104.
Yeah,
4 16s and tops, or 6 16s and double 4.
It's become fashionable to go the treble 16 route. It is the best route mathematically, isn't it? because you can miss around it and still have possible outs.
Are you trying to start a conversation about the best way to go for 104?
I'm not trying to start the conversation, I'm trying to end it, Paul.
Let's go with it then. Let's say 104, so you miss and you hit a 7, you've still got an out. Hit an 8, you've still got an out. Hit a treble 16 or a 16, you've still got an out. So basically everything around it. The only thing is, if you don't like tops, it's probably not the way to go.
Well, Klaasen avoided tops by landing 2 trebles in that combination. However, he has become a bit of a topsman, hasn't he, Ella Klaasen? He was going for double 18 for the majority of his career, but he's made the switch to double top last year. But yeah, that European Tour, that changing form on the Euro Tour is a big reason why he's vulnerable for the match play and other major tournaments.
He's still number 20 in the world. Played him a couple of times this season. He's played very decent, but I know the standards that he lives by, and change in equipment, change of manufacturer earlier this year or the back end of last year. It's just taken him a bit of time to grasp everything and get everything perfect.
Can you do another 2 treble, double combination?
Oh, wow, from Klaasen. 140 out, 128 out. Both of them really hard ways to go, and Horvat has to mop his brow. And wow, if he keeps going like this, I might have to quote the Scottish and say that we have a piper down.
Well, I don't know about Horvat, but it's a case of have that from Jelle Klaasen so far in this match.
Oh, well. He's been practicing very, very hard in the back, Jelle Klaasen. I've walked past it a few times and he's just been butchering that dartboard.
It's huge for him to leave Barnsley on Wednesday night, fly back knowing he has to win a couple of games in qualifying and then win at least 1 game here to all but book his place in Blackpool. Shown great bottle from Jelle Klaasen in different circumstances as well, because behind closed doors last night, well, started with a kiss, being Christian, 6-2.
Very good.
And then saw off Jimi Hendrix to book his place in this match, and a win here would really firm things up for him.
Tell you what though, what I've seen from him tonight, he's throwing those darts with incredible purpose. He's not leaving anything behind, and that shows someone who's willing to go for it. I like that attitude.
Well, he's behind you, the reverse thunderclap from the crowd. Well, the applause so far has been for Klaasen, but this game can change very quickly.
Treble 19 for double 12. And it's shy.
It almost turned on a sixpence there, but the missed dart at double punished by Klaasen, and this is a classy display. You said it would be quick, Paul, but I'm not sure even you thought it could be this brisk.
I figured Dragutin would cause him a little bit of all that. I'm not getting ahead of myself whatsoever. This game is not over, but Klaasen has started this match really, really well. Like I mentioned, I played him a couple of times this season. He really is fast. And I had a couple of words with him after the last time he beat me, and he said he didn't like how slow I was playing. And I said, that's just my way. I wanted to play my game.
Well, you wouldn't be the first player that he said that to this year, Jelle Klaasen. There was a little bit of needle on the stage in Denmark between him and Mickey Mansell that resulted in a non-handshake at the end of it. And I think that was down to Klaasen preferring to get on with things, but people will play at their own pace, won't they?
Everybody plays at a different pace. It's like a fingerprint. Nobody's the same. And Big Dragutin's got plenty of time here.
Yeah, that 180 means that he sets the pace in this leg.
And we come back for double 12 for a handy 13 darter. Jelle way back, probably just written this leg off. Dart 2 is good. 14 darter from Dragutin Horvat. He's trying to be the 4th German through to tomorrow, a Saturday, which I am really looking forward to. Temperature's going to be bubbling in here. Lots of people, lots of German people playing. It's going to be great. Don't miss it.
Well, if either Horvat or Hopp wins tonight, it would be the first time that we've had 4 German players in the second day of action. Are you one of have you ever kind of fallen foul of being sped up by such a speedy opponent?
Yeah, Jelle Klaasen. I practiced with him a lot when I first came to the PDC, and I was very naive. And I just fell into other people's rhythms. And I've learned over the last few seasons that I need to play at my own pace and find ways to do that. It's not about slowing the other guy down. It's about playing at a pace that you're comfortable with. You're not on the clock on the hockey. If we were on the clock, Jelle Klaasen would win everything. He might win this leg with a 107 checkout. This would be very well timed.
Yeah, he might have to.
Oh, the line was perfect.
Well, Dragutin may have been alarmed. It's a timely break for him.
I did say that he might cause a few bits of bother for Klaasen. I felt that Klaasen would get this game, but it's back on throw after Klaasen took the first 3 legs. And Horvat looks a bit more comfortable now than he did earlier.
We have seen this a couple of times this year, especially on the European Tour as well, Jelle Klaasen. He can start off fantastically, but as soon as it stops going his way, he's kind of fallen apart at times. And that's something that's crept into his game this year, really.
The thing is, we've got human beings throwing on the hockey, not robots. And the odd lapse is just proof that we're all human. We've got blood pumping through our veins.
Yeah, the very strange observation in Jelle Klaasen's rise and fall, again using the Euro Tour as a guide, because he was almost untouchable until it got to meetings with Michael van Gerwen last year, is that all throughout that he was struggling with a wrist injury. Now that seems to have been put right, and his form has failed him.
Well, the wrist itself will feel very different to what it was like last year. This time last year was just after the surgery. There's one thing I know about Jelle is that he has had ups and downs in the last 10 to 15 years. And he knows how to get himself off the canvas. I feel he's the best player not to have won one of these.
Well, can he put Horvat on the canvas? Well, Horvat is going to return.
Great last start though.
Yeah.
Gets one on the floor, picks himself up, gets a 60, asks the question. 72, can't get a treble. Now, because of that treble from Klaasen, gives himself 2 shots to take the leg.
Well, we've been speaking about Paul. Let's just see if Jelle does take this leg, because it might not matter, but in a moment I'm going to ask you to dissect from start to finish Dragutin's decision making from that 92 there.
Thompson's there, it's 3-3.
It hasn't mattered, but there was a bull option at the start of it, and then once he missed the 20, he was going for 36, which was treble 12, but he's got a target 2.5 times as big on the double, needing to hit 2 darts. Surely he's made a couple of mistakes in his thinking there.
Based on what we know now, because of some of the new school thinking, the better counting, the board management, we are asking more questions of the elder statesman. And I'm not, calling Dragutin old, but he's not the youngest on the tour. Maybe he's just stuck in his ways a little bit,
Yeah, old school.
Yeah.
He won the leg, but 76 left, 2 darts, have to hit, and he's gone for a smaller target than.
You've got to give yourself the best
amount.
opportunity to win the leg at that visit, and he may not have had another opportunity. We could talk about this all day.
We could talk about this finish as well, because Klaasen has to go treble with a second dart for not finding one with a first, but you're a big advocate of, if you hit the treble, just go for the single and get yourself a dart.
Absolutely, just get the single. Don't fiddle with the trebles on those shots. Guarantee a shot for the leg.
Well, Paul Nicholson's advice is free to PDC TV subscribers. And Horvat remains on 3 legs. Klaasen has 4.
That was so important for Jelle to win that leg at that visit, because Horvat on 104, he converts that and denies Klaasen leg 7. That changes everything. As it stands, Klaasen has stopped the rot. He's broken that 3-leg streak of Horvat. He's had a decent start to this leg, so you feel that if Jelle can keep that little bit of momentum that he's built up over the last 9 darts, he should have enough to get over the line. And what a leg so far. 4 trebles.
Match brings us to the 3/4 mark of the first day of action here in Hamburg. We've got Mark Wilson against Ryan Joyce, who have been doing good stuff on the floor. Let's see how they get on the big stage. Then Christo Reyes of Spain against Andy Bolton. Dirk van Dijvenbode takes on Max Hopp, the German hero of 2018. And then Luke Humphries against Ronnie Huybrechts to end the show.
Another pivotal moment coming up. Jelle looking for 2 treble 19s.
Yeah, that might have ended the show as far as Horvat's chances were concerned, but he can keep them alive here, and he might have more than 3 darts.
It's going to be, oh no! And he should never miss a single 20.
Well, it was...
And he's bust it!
Well, that is an absolute comedy of errors from Dragutin Horvat. The first dart plumbing the treble 20 to give him the chance. The next one bounced out of tops, and Klaasen could punish him to the hilt.
Well. I feel that one's going to make YouTube.
Well, if he didn't laugh, he'd cry there, Paul, wouldn't he?
Thing is, he's got the 60. He's done all the hard work to give himself the opportunity to go at tops. And that 20 bed, yes, there's pressure, and sometimes you miss singles. But you shouldn't hit the wire.
If it's any consolation, it didn't matter that he bust the score. However, mentally that could have affected him. What else can go wrong? The old Murphy's Law.
Well, he started this leg with a 140. I've got to give him a lot of credit, because that would have crumbled a lot of players. But it's Klaasen with the darts and the lead. He's not messing around. He wants to get rid of this very fast.
Speaking of fast, you think this is fast? Klaasen will take on Michael Smith if he wins this match tomorrow. Number 2 seed here.
Another one of them for double 8. Can he bookend it? Yes, he can, with incredible finishing. 128, 140, 136. His combination outshot with that 112 in the previous leg. What a display of finishing. A clinic from Klaasen. And he's very, very close to making the match play now. He may have just put Jeffrey de Swan in the bubble seat. Tomorrow he will take on Michael Smith in what will be a tantalizing tournament contest. We'll hear from Jelle just now. Horvat is gone, but Klaasen is still here.
First I thought it would be 6-0 in 7 minutes. I mean, it was very, very fast. Applaus für Dragutin.
Yeah, I missed a few chances. Could have been 5-1 up, but he fought back well. He was a little bit unlucky with the 120, but yeah, even though he busted it, I finished the 112, so I'm happy with my game. I played well.
A couple of high finishes as well?
Yeah, 4 I think. So yeah, no, the last few weeks I'm feeling better and better. It's still not the way I want, but the line is going up, so that's good.
Patience. You don't seem to be very patient as a kind of a person.
Not at all, not at all. But no, there's so many things on my mind. I'm fighting for the match play now, and this win is good for me, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Michael Smith, next one, number 2 seeded.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If I play like this and gonna be a little bit better on the doubles, I got a good shot.
Looking forward to that. Thanks, Jelle. Jelle Klaasen ist zufrieden mit dem, was hier gezeigt hat. 4 High Finishes gespielt, auch gerade in wichtigen Momenten. Morgen wartet der Bulli.